Okay, bittersweet, bittersweet. I was just saying it's bittersweet because I hate to mute you. I really do so value and appreciate your voices. And part of this practice, I've mentioned, some of you have probably heard me say this. A big part of this practice, this yoga practice, this practice of connecting more and more clearly and more consistently to our truth, you might say. And even as I say that, I bring my hands to my heart, and this is sort of where we find our center and our core and our strength. And in order to do that, we sometimes have to extend, to reach towards or come closer to the edge of what feels comfortable or safe, and do something that's quite invigorating or inspiring or takes courage. And sometimes we have to restrain, and have appropriate boundaries in the lingo of, kind of our current vernacular. That's a popular thing, to talk about boundaries. And restraint is a word that it's the English word that's used to translate a Sanskrit syllable that's ya, ya. And if you've been doing any work around the 8 limbs of yoga with me, you've heard this syllable quite a lot. Yama, niyama, pratyahara, pranayama. Like, it comes up again. Those are 4 of the 8 limbs of yoga. And dhyana, it's in 5 of them. And it's the term that means restraint. And I sometimes say, like, well, when I started yoga, when I was in my 20s, say, and if I had known that it was mostly about restraint, I'm not sure I would have so enthusiastically embarked on this path. But I have found that willingness and that ability to restrain. So in this case, me tolerating or practicing muting your mics and sharing my voice gives us the opportunity to find more balance. Now, some of us will meet back up later in the week in our monthly mindfulness groups, or in other places where you get the opportunity to share your voice and I get the chance to mute my voice. And with that balance, with that push and that pull, we develop more and more strength, and we connect more and more consistently and truthfully. So here we are again. Whatever mood you've brought with you is welcome. Whatever state of mind you've brought with you, whatever state of body you've brought with you is welcome. And as we practice more and more consistently, coming together Monday mornings, 8 o'clock, wherever we are. Last week it was Mexico. The week before it was from Dad's kitchen. This morning it's from Oceanside. Next week it'll be, God willing, back in Anchorage. We reinforce that it is with all of these precious people, with these maybe also precious moods and states of body and states of mind and states of weather. So let's start again our practice of orienting to our present. Last week we used the mantra, here now. Remember, I am here now. Maybe for some of you it's stuck and you've been doing it all week, or noticing it arise as you notice your breath arising over the course of the week. So maybe you can just drop into the mantra. Others of you might have a little fidgeting or wiggling to do. Remember, the first foundation of mindfulness is mindfulness of body and breath. And so you've probably had the experience, like I have, of sitting down to meditate and just not being able to do it. Well, it's the 7th of 8 steps towards well-being and connection and a sustained sense of poise. So actually, before posture, before body, is a commitment to non-harming. So take it easy. Just notice, be open to the feedback that you're getting from your mind, from your heart, from your body, about what might not be helpful, what might even be harmful. Sometimes it's something as seemingly innocuous as a light that's too bright. You might close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to, kind of scan a bit your surroundings. Let your gaze just sweep up and over and around and down. As you do that, you might start to get a little feedback from your body, maybe your neck or your shoulders or your back. Maybe you realize that you're hot or you're cold or thirsty or need to go to the bathroom. You know, these bodies have those relatively consistent, predictable needs. And you might, and the more we practice, the more consistently we're able to pause with the promise of an appropriate response soon. So you may know that you need to move or you need to eat. And you might also be willing to and able to stay here for a few more minutes. Now, inhale here, exhale now. Let's try a few more times. And remember, again, if you were here last week, you can include a word to mark each of the pauses. I am here now. Or you can just use I am or here now. If you want to keep things a little bit more simple. We don't only practice focusing and repeating the intention of bringing breath to the forefront of awareness and coupling it with the mantra. And in fact, you can think of the breath as the vehicle that pulls the mantra into the body. But we also restrain our impulse to follow other threads or jump on other trains of awareness. So see if you can continue to not only practice focusing attention, returning attention back, just gently leading it back to the words and the feeling of breath, carrying the words. But also noticing the overall tendency of the mind to continue to notice sounds, maybe other senses, smells, maybe some of those subtle senses of thinking and feeling. And our job as meditators, as those who are practicing mindfulness, is not to try to eliminate awareness, but to notice and then to choose and then to practice training our awareness to focus on what we know is most valuable. So here and now, the whole of our life experience here in these bodies. in this moment of inspiration as we breathe and maybe elongate or slow down this next breath. So you open yourself up to take in more of what's possible. Maybe your breath starts to infuse into some of the spaces between your cells and extend out beyond your lungs into your bloodstream to your fingers and your toes. And then this moment, this now, becomes more expansive. Time stops slipping through our fingers. We're actually here, infused in the awareness of being as now. The exhalation or the pause of the exhalation gets longer and longer and longer. Long enough that you can feel your heart open. Find some clarity in your mind. And take some genuine pleasure, delight in doing what you've intended and wanted to do. Maybe you take this moment again here and now to offer yourself some gratitude, maybe some kudos, like, yes, well done. You got up, you logged in, you did it. You took a breath. There was a moment where the mantra aligned with the breath. You did it. And all of these moments, they matter. They matter. They strengthen the neural network. They make it so that it can and will be easier next time you come with mindful awareness and notice your breathing and notice your body and invite words of intention. Maybe these that I shared today, here and now. Maybe I am here now. Maybe safe, happy, healthy, free. Let the intention that motivates you to come to practice reveal itself. Let it be revealed to you in the course of these reflective practices. And then follow them. Follow them, write them down, repeat them. Really let yourself be infused in the moment with the connection between your intention, your motivation, and your practice. This is how our minds get stronger. Okay. Thank you for your beautiful presence. It's such a joy to see you, to be with you. Keep on just like that all day long, all week long. This is just the Monday tune-up. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. So I will be back in Anchorage again, God willing, in time for Sunday yoga in person. If anybody's in Anchorage and able to join, I'd love to see you there. And then on Monday morning online again for a guided meditation. Namaste.